Hello, everyone. I have a Week 6 Season 12 TTS League game. I've got Bot1 versus TGLord22. Let's see what we're playing. Looks like Bot is playing a Hydra list. He's got Luke Cage, Immortal Hulk, Bullseye, Ghost Rider as extra splash characters in his list. And he's up against TGLord, who has been rocking the Guardians of the Galaxy. He's got Psylocke, he's got Crimson Dynamo, he's got Bill, and he's got Cosmic Ghost Rider. So he's got a lot of, great Guardians team here. So they're going to roll off in a second. Today, joining me on co-commentary is a member of the Gamers Guild. He's also one of the organizers of the league, and he runs the central bracket. I've got Shadow Marvel here. How's it going, man?
Going great. I'm excited to watch some MCP tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Both players are 4-1. It means that the winner will make it into cut, and the loser will be sad.
High stakes.
Yeah, here we go. We've got the roll off, and let's see who wins it. It's a tie. It's
Tie.
yep, it's very close, almost
Almost perfect
identical.
tie.
Yeah, it's close enough. So let's see what happens here. Oh
Oh,
wow.
that was also very close, but there's a winner this time.
Okay, so if you're so we've got a Hydra list here, and he's got Red Skull, and he has Strucker. I think, yeah, Strucker. What are your thoughts? Do you think we're gonna see either leader, or what are you leaning towards here?
I honestly have never seen anybody play Baron Strucker, but I do know that like he started out kind of as this like malign, like he was like the fun leader, but then kind of morphed into kind of the better leader. But I guess it depends on the crises, because that could affect in terms of power, whether or not the power is necessary from Skull. And the points too, I suppose.
Yeah, I was thinking that if we saw demons, Strucker would be like probably a good pick.
No,
Although
we got the
it's
other E.
yeah, we got the gamma hammers. Let's see what threat we go with. So Bot will be choosing the threat. Looks like he's picking 18 based on the tab. That's pretty nice, handy dandy for us. I think
Okay.
that I mean 18. We're gonna see. I mean, I would not be surprised to see Cosmic Ghost Rider here, and Crimson Dynamo. Bill. The interesting thing about the Strucker thing is that if you played on demons, like this was my mind was like, if you play on demons, you're gonna be playing against a Ghost Rider and a Bill who are both immune to incinerate, so you won't be able to use that part of the leadership. But anyway, it's a Gamma Hammer matchup, a pretty classic matchup.
Well, the
It's
good
been
old
yeah,
fashioned MCP, Gamma Hammers, there's nothing more wholesome.
yeah, yeah. So
Uh,
they're just gonna beat each other up in the middle, probably.
I mean, they both had Gamma in their rosters, so I don't. They both probably have a plan. And it's not like they look at each other's past games. They look at what people have played in the past. No one's throwing any curveballs here, I don't think. So they should be expecting to see what they would see under that scenario.
Yeah, I think that Psylocke pick on TG Lord was just a counter pick to Skull. I don't know if we'll see it now that it's like a midline brawl, and so you're probably going to want tougher characters or characters that have a little more range. You send Psylocke up the board, and she might get just like chewed up by the rest of Bot's team. So I think we would have saw her on a more spread out scenario. But yeah, it looks like um, it just I'm not sure what we're gonna see here. There are how many points on the board? You can score up to 8 points in a round. It's not so it's like a pretty average scoring. If it was faster, you might not see Cosmic Ghost Rider, but it's slow enough that he can definitely be the thing of the match.
I mean, all right. So I'm not entirely certain how. I don't even know if they necessarily even chose their board side, because we haven't seen any tokens dropped yet. But if you're if the side is chosen well enough that Cosmic Ghost Rider can see. Oh, now they're moving around. I speak of the devil. Uh, I would imagine you'd want to place it to make it as awkward to make sure that Cosmic Ghost Rider can't just sit next to a hammer, within range one of a hammer in deployment, so that the Cosmic Ghost Rider just starts with that hammer without having to do anything.
Well, he can't
That
pick it
would.
up though, right? Because
All
he's
right,
psychotic.
that's
Yeah,
right.
he's
He's
psychotic.
psychotic right
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't even
Thank God.
start. Uh,
Yeah,
balance, right? The
yeah,
balance.
yeah, yeah.
It's balance. There's the balance. That's what the playtesters found.
Yeah, that they pulled it back a little bit when they gave him psychosis right away. I don't
It's
know.
fine. Rocket wants the hammer anyway.
So
Let's
we
be honest.
have looks like we have an activation here. So Bot is playing. Let's see what we got. We've got Red Skull. We've got Zola. We have Ghost Rider, Bullseye, and once he unhides his sheet, I'll be able to see the last character. It looks like I'm trying to look at the
Yeah.
overlay, and it doesn't really tell me too much. Who has 5 health on their front side and is a Hydra? Is that Strucker?
Uh, is that Zemo?
Oh yeah, it could be Zemo. Yeah, could be Baron Zemo. That's totally reasonable. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got
The
Star
cosmic.
Lord,
We've got a
Rocket
cosmic
Groot,
Ghost Rider.
and yeah, we've got Beta Ray Bill and Cosmic Ghost Rider. So he couldn't bring Dynamo, but he brought like the rest of the top tier Guardian, like the top tier options in his list for like this scenario. So let's see here. Is it a Baron Zemo
No, it's a
and Strucker?
Strucker.
It's a Strucker.
Strucker, yeah.
Okay, so he could go with either leadership. I guess we'll find out who it will be.
I
Um,
mean,
he did. Let's see. Conditions wise, he did bring Hex. He brought Bleed on Bullseye. Incinerates. Yeah, I mean, he probably is bringing. I think he's going to use Baron Striker because that's Zola works a lot better with Strucker. I think, right? He can force the other team to take bleeds.
yeah, I think so, and I think that there's not as much value with putting his Ghost Rider up the middle, to just automatically gain that extra power from Red Skull's leadership, like at the beginning.
Yeah.
He does have a scientific method, so that's interesting.
So let's see. What is he? How's he playing it? He's just going to play it next round. Next round, I guess. Round two. So
Maybe.
another thing he brought, Bob brought, was Eyes on the Prize. Now he is going second, so it means that he like Bill did Bill play bring Eyes on the Prize? They both brought it. So I mean, I think we're gonna see Red Skull counter deploy whatever side Bill doesn't grab the hammer on, right? Because he's going second, he can deploy Red Skull on the other side of the board. So let's see if that's what happens. But there is some flexibility there for Bot to be able to do that because they only have TG Lord only has the one safe grab. But of course, you could see something slick like Groot maybe double walking to the hammer, and it'd put Red Skull in a spot where he can no longer get the safe grab, but he still could hit Groot pretty hard in response. So based on
Yeah.
that, I'm thinking they're both going to let each other do the safe grab. Is what I'm probably seeing here.
Yeah, I think when you have a situation like Gamma and Hammers, you're not battling over any hammers on the sides, on the flanks anyway. Like it's just you need to get that hammer and you need to get back.
Yeah,
And Bill has the advantage because he could, in theory, grab that side hammer and get back essentially as soon as he can. Which Bot does not have that, really have that, unless no, not unless um, TG Lord gives it to him and allows him to do some kind of Hell's on Wheel play.
sorry. What do you mean? Like you're saying that Bill can get back like with safely and no problem? Oh, so we're seeing Red Skull be deployed now. Um, I think that how is this happening? I'm trying to figure out. He hasn't deployed Zemo yet, I guess. I think Bot's deploying Red Skull an activation too early because whatever side he deploys Red Skull on, Bill will deploy right there, and will take the hammer away from Red Skull.
Yeah,
So I think that
yeah,
he's it's a little bit of a activation order here. Let's see if TG Lord can
It can be very
capitalize on it.
difficult. It can be very difficult to choose
Yeah,
that.
there it
Yeah,
is.
there it is. There's
There,
the
of
build.
course, of course.
Um, I think the nice thing is that I do think that Bill, because he has to go on the other side of that car, I think it will be too difficult for him to get back out of the get into the shelter zone.
Yeah,
Uh, so that means Bill will take more, at least some damage. So that's
yeah.
nice,
Looks like,
I
yeah.
guess.
Interesting that he's bringing Ghost Rider. So Ghost Rider is could drain um the Cosmic Ghost Rider's power, which would be really impactful for not getting a clap back on him if he's able to hit him with his spender. What is it called? It's called Penance Stare. Do they both? Are
Penance
they
there.
both called? Okay, one's called
Well,
Power
once
Cosmic.
once power cosmic, yeah, it's
Wow.
the better penance there.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet. I mean, the
Uh,
draining on it is pretty cool though. Like you get the fact that you get to drain your opponent's power instead of not gaining. It might come into
Yeah, no,
play.
you're totally right. Like it's one extra power, and you just get seven more dice, and you
Yeah.
just turn all of their opponent's shields to skulls. Totally fair.
There's the Psychosis roll. Cosmic Ghost Rider gets an extra 2 power to start the round.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
And that's all
something.
you really need.
All right, so we've
That's
got
all you
Strucker
really
as the
need.
leader.
Who's the leader? I didn't see.
Strucker, he tabbed on Strucker, so
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
okay, let's see. Bill grab that hammer. There it is. Eyes on the Prize is a beginning of activation card. If you take a single action during this opening play and then try to play the card, you've missed your window. So it's an easy mistake to make because most cards don't have that timing. So you just have to be
Um,
careful about that.
yeah, I mean, the nice thing is that there's certain, I mean, a well-seasoned Asgard player would be very used to this,
Ah, yeah.
but people have been caught out on that eyes play. But yeah, you're right. The Red Skull not being able to get that. See, now he's just a little too far out. He can't get to the Gamma
Yeah.
Shelter. The Red Skull being now he's out in the flanks. He's not really doing much, so um, he can't really do anything for round one. Instead of having that offensive threat in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. And now Ghost Rider's having to put himself in more danger than he needs to. He needed to grab this piece. And yeah, like
Yeah,
Red Skull is on, like you just said, Red Skull on the flank. So he's gonna be doing the exact same thing he was doing. He just now he doesn't get a hammer.
yeah.
So
He doesn't get a hammer. Red Skull's out of position. I mean, it's obviously not like game breaking. Like this, it's not
no,
the end of
no,
the
yeah,
end of the world. Um, but also, yeah. I mean, for those who are not used to it, it would feel like a large base medium would be enough to do what it needs to do, but it does not. So the only way that Ghost Rider can go up and scoop a hammer is if somehow he gained 4 power essentially to have 4 power on him, so he can Hell on Wheels up there.
right,
But
right. Or play Eyes on the Prize with one extra power, but
yes,
that's too slow for needing to grab. Probably like I mean, maybe you could have potentially fed the grunts, put just Red Skull rotated up, right? You rotate Red Skull up to the backhammer. You grab the backhammer. You throw the grunts down the middle, and TG Lord might be super tempted to shoot at the grunts, putting an Eyes on the Prize option available to Ghost Rider to grab the hammer. Um,
yeah.
but but that's like
Again,
a little bit of a
it's like a gotcha. Like you're making plans based on your opponent making not great decisions, especially when they don't need to rush to do any of that stuff. They're like, well, there's hammers there. Why don't I just take the hammer that's already
yeah,
there?
yeah, exactly. No, exactly. Uh, yeah, it's just all right. So let's see what happens. He's gonna see Ghost Rider now, and he's probably gonna throw shots from Star Lord and rocket into Ghost Rider if he can. Is he measuring a range 5? He is. So if you want to hit Ghost Rider, you're going to have to be. You won't be on the point.
Yes, but it might not be necessary. And also, again, you don't have to rush. Like he doesn't have to move and try to do the rocket thing right now if
Yeah.
he doesn't want to. Like if he wants to, it's all about what is his priority. Does he want to just like go with Ghost Rider right now and mess up? But at the same time, if he waits on Ghost Rider, then he can wait, do this thing that he could do at any moment, and then afterwards use his power potentially to pull people off the middle shelter.
Yeah. So it looks like TG Lord is considering getting maybe a couple shots into Ghost Rider if he can. See, he's measuring the threes off of both of them because he can teleport three, and his chains of Sidorak let you pull a character that is within three. So he was hoping to be able to basically pull Bot's Ghost Rider towards the rest of his team to get more free shots onto him, but it looks like he's out, and that's why he's opting to just rotate Star-Lord onto the backgamma.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's no rush, you know. His game plan is not to try and yeah, he wants his opponent to become exposed. And you're not putting Star-Lord up in the middle. Star-Lord could potentially get a shot, maybe Groot. I don't know. I don't know. I don't play Guardians. I don't know. Are people throwing Groot out in the middle against this?
I think that it's totally reasonable to put Groot in the middle later in the round when there's maybe one more character left to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocket could hide behind the car. He is a size 1 character, which means that he wouldn't be able to be targeted by attacks um, that don't ignore line of sight, and if he hid behind the car. So that's something that he could consider. Although Ghost Rider, it looks like Cosmic Ghost Rider is kind of like taking up that spot right now. So let's see what TG Lord does with his next activation. We had Bot just moving Bullseye onto the backgamma, not picking up the hammer. So
So
yeah.
if you are Bot 1, who who do you think wants to have that backhammer?
I think that you put it on Red Skull because the extra die that he gets to roll is that much more impactful because he's rolling. He typically will count blanks.
Hmm.
He's probably your toughest. I mean, him and Ghost Rider are probably your toughest, and Ghost Rider's already done his job. So, uh, because he's going to be the toughest because he's going to be rolling 5 Mystic defense, and I believe that the defense he chose also prevents advancing or pushing, so it means that Cosmic Ghost Rider, cannot pull him closer and incinerate him while he's in that energy defense form. So he's rolling 5 dice. So I think that you put it on Skull so that he can probably use the hammer for as long as possible before Ghost Rider is able to daze him.
Yeah, and it's just like I mean, there's just no reason. There's no reason to do anything but to sit and put sit on that energy defense mode. Like you're facing energy attack the affiliation.
Yeah, exactly. Is there Bill? I mean, Bill has a terrain throw, but you have brace, so you basically you just stay in energy defense on Skull for as long as you possibly. I mean, until you've burned brace, and then that's when you start considering um, other other options.
Now, this is interesting. I guess you really. I mean, I haven't tested it out. I was wondering if it would have been just as fast to run behind the truck instead of trying to curve around it.
Yeah. Either way,
But I don't
he
know.
gets to where he needs to be, so
I don't know. I
that's
failed.
fine.
I failed geometry, so I don't know.
All right, yeah, let's see. So he does have scientific method. It will cost Zola 2 power. So next round he's gonna put. The question will be who he puts it on. Um, he probably
I
puts
think
it on Strucker, right? Because he has the
yeah,
healing factor.
it has to be on Strucker. I mean,
Yeah,
you're not wasting it on,
Bullseye.
especially
He's
yeah,
the only other
Bullseye.
target. Yeah.
You putting it on Bullseye and having Bullseye take 2 damage. That's half his health.
Yeah, yeah. So and the healing factor will disrupt that, and will the punishment of taking 2 damage will be fine. He can only use it on threat 3 or less. So all right.
It also just synergizes with Baron Strucker's for the ESP leakage
That's
to his
right.
arrogance.
Yes. Okay, so Groot's moving to the middle here. We've got 2 activations left for Bot, and we've got just Cosmic Ghost Rider left, so he's immediately measuring the range 4 because he wants to hit with Zola, and I believe you can, if you do damage, you get to move them. Is that how that works? No, you get to, if you get a, that's a different attack.
It's a totally different attack. This one just applies conditions.
Right, and you can pick any form of attack here. So,
Yeah, I think he's going with energy.
oh, we had a little bit of a takesies backsies here. Normally, you wouldn't be able to do that. If
Oh yeah, base proxying. I was looking at a card.
Yeah, I was too, and then I noticed they did a little bit of a rewind. You typically, your opponent does not have to let you do that, or does not. They can say you've already put the tool down, you've already picked up the character. You have to move along that, but we are moving along,
Yeah,
and we
and I've often done that myself, like where somebody does that, especially in the league. Like it's competitive. I get it's competitive, but it's also like so I've played games where people are like do that and they move it. And as long as they're not like egregious about it and doing it all the time and it's
yeah.
crazy, like it's fine. If I lose this game because of this like turn 3 misplacement of Zola, then that's just on me.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, Zola did attack into Groot, who blocked it.
And
So
scientific
yeah.
method was played onto
Oh,
Strucker.
there we go. So he was able. That makes sense. So he was able to get the shot off to get the card to play. All right, that makes sense. I can see the kind of thinking here on Bot1, knowing um, he had probably last activation, unless of course we had some sort of passing before grunts activate kind of plan. But so he was able to use Zola's attack to generate the power for the card. So I like that a lot. Healing factor is going to take place right away on Strucker's activation, meaning the cost of the damage will be nearly negated by the end of the round. So let's see
Yeah.
what Cosmic Ghost Rider does here.
What did Rocket do? Did Rocket do anything? Did Rocket just move and pick up a hammer and
He
that's
must
it?
have, yeah, he must have done that before the grunts went up.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, this is round 1. This is all about setup. Everyone's trying to set up their game plan. I mean, Cosmic Ghost Rider could just show up and just completely annihilate that because Cosmic Ghost Rider doesn't even really need to be on the board. He could just like be sitting off the board, say I'm going to attack this model because he can
yeah,
be anywhere,
I know, right? Yeah, exactly. We've got an attack
especially in
into
this scenario.
Red Skull here. He's got 5 dice, 6 dice with skulls into 5. And wow, we've got 5 successes on Ghost Rider with a reroll probably coming in. Or ouch.
Yeah, that's the one problem is that he does counter the pull, but he's a glass cannon and Cosmic Ghost Rider is a cannon.
Yeah,
It's a cannon for making breaking glass.
yeah, no kidding. Okay,
And now the double
so
tap.
yeah, here we go. He's already taken 4. Let's see what happens now. He's only got 2 so far, and we've got 3 blocks. So it looks like he's going to Red Skull will survive.
Yes.
This round. So let's see. Oh
Okay.
wow, he winged it. He winged it.
He winged it just to make
Winging
just
it. All right, he pushes through enough damage to take for Red Skull to take 1 more, and he's going to win the Gamma. So one thing to note about that, has Ghost Rider gained power? Looks like Ghost Rider did gain the 2 power for the 2 attacks that
yeah.
he did. So one thing to note about the hammers is that it makes your tactic cards cost 1 more if you're holding at least 1 hammer. And Deadly Duo is he playing Deadly Duo? He is not. Okay, so it
No, because
won't.
it has to be on what, Rocket's activation or
Deadly
something?
Duo. Yeah, I was thinking like, oh, he'd have to pay 3 power for Deadly Duo, but he doesn't have it.
It doesn't even have Deadly
Yeah,
Duo.
yeah, yeah. So yeah. So then what else does he have? He has Crew and Galaxy's Greatest. No matter the cost sacrifice, Galaxy's Greatest is quite the card. You just get 1 extra defense dice and attack die. Oh my gosh! As long as they're injured,
Well,
it's really
it has
strong.
it's the timing because it happens when they play. So you don't play it until you have the right characters already injured. Like you can't like play if like Cosmic Ghost Rider goes down first and nobody else is injured, and you play it. It's not like well then Rocket goes down and now suddenly he gets the
Yeah.
benefit. It's at the time of playing that you get the benefit. But I will say that Crew the Milano is an inspired choice because if he's playing Strucker, Crew Milano is a great way of knocking off conditions and making sure you cannot get those conditions again.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem if TGLord is able to get the card off. There's not too many. Let's see. Do they all have conditions? Can they all give conditions? They can all. Yeah, except for Red Skull. Red
Oh,
Skull is the only one who can't. No
oh,
Psychosis? Oh, wow. That's
oh.
actually pretty big. Let's see how TGLord activates based on that.
Well, is he's a good contest now.
I mean, I still think he's going to be able to take out Red Skull here. He only has 2 health left, and that's enough, right? Maybe Ghost Rider takes attacks, but yeah, I can't see a world where Red Skull doesn't get put down like dazed right now.
Yeah, it's very likely. I mean, it's 6 on 5 attacks. He could pull him, and he's not. No, he can't pull him, so he can't incinerate him. So there's a chance. There's a world in the game of dice where uh
Oh man, we're seeing a no matter the cost. I think we're seeing a move into no matter the cost
what a
into
madman.
because now he's going to be rolling Mystic. I mean that's what's being measured right now. Range 2
Yeah,
means you're doing your spender, your power cosmic penance stance or penance stare.
he needs
It's
the
a range
power for
2.
that.
Well,
It's
no
six.
matter the cost, it means you only have to spend 3
Oh, he's
power, right? So he's seeing how he can do it. If he generates a power here, he could then place within 2, and then spend 3 power and 3 damage, and get the spender off.
right. Yeah.
Ouch.
'Cause the other thing is, so I mean, it's a trade you probably want to take, but if you take out Ghost Rider here, I mean, Red Skull here, then you're essentially the hammer drops, and Ghost Rider's not the best person to hold on to that hammer.
Yeah.
I guess he is for now. He can hold on to it, and then he drops it in the top of the power phase, and you start the next round. But who's picking it up and where? It's. I mean, that's supposedly the balancing on Ghost Rider is that he's can go in and he can wreck somebody's face, but he can't really take their VPs away
Yeah.
for himself.
I think that if he does daze Red Skull here, you might as well hit a spender on someone else because you've already lost priority at that point. Oh, we're going with Groot. He's activating first into the Hydra Troopers.
Interesting.
All right, so they're dead. That was 3 damage through.
It's easy enough. I guess maybe he's concerned about losing Prio.
Yeah,
Um,
potentially. That seems like. Oh, he's doing a spender now. So he's going to get a stagger onto Baron Strucker. He's going to get a throw on him. I think
yeah,
is the
that's
throw. Is the throw before damage? I believe it is.
before damage,
Before
correct?
damage. It's the Hulk. It's like Hulk's spender. Very similar.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
He gets 4 into no blocks. Oh man, that's a bummer because he is going to get thrown and dazed.
Yeah, they're deciding rerolls. 5, just casual 5.
Yeah. All right, that's a really good start for TGLord.
Well, I mean, there goes the priority, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's now you just take it there's as many characters as you can, but yeah, that's very strong. I
Strong
think
opener.
did we do a Zola reroll? Is that what I probably saw? Or Strucker has his innate reroll.
Yeah, but even still, like, it's just not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
And
So
now since you've lost priority, might as well try to take out uh Skull. A little bit of a low odds, but might as well throw him into Skull and see what happens.
yeah. So do we force the brace for 2 power here? Or does he roll 4 dice and he needs to block 3? I mean you gotta play the brace. Because then now you have to go, yeah, because you have to go with Red Skull now, basically.
Gotta block 2, right?
Um,
He plays the brace anyway. It's fine. How
yeah.
much power did he spend?
He had two. Yeah, you need to block two because you
He
if you
only
take one, you
spent
survive.
he only spent one power
Oh,
on
did he?
the yeah.
All right, I'll write that down here.
Hammer tax. Always forget it.
All right,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, good call.
These are one of those things that I'm pretty sure every player forgets to do the hammer tax whenever they play.
Yeah, yeah, of course. It's too exciting to remember. I get to roll one extra dice. Yeah, and then in fine print at the very bottom of the card, I think is the font on the on the
It
crisis card
might.
like a little smaller where it says that.
I mean, it's even more forgettable now that they changed it. It used to be that you paid one for each hammer.
Yeah. Okay, we have an attack or something. What do we have?
I think it's definitely an attack. 5 dice into somebody.
Oh, it was into two. It looks like probably Groot rolling energy. So it's probably Zola.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's very interesting. I would have just had it. I just would have YOLO'd Red Skull there, but he isn't in range to double attack. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
Groot's already gone, so you can't heal him. He doesn't have We Are Groot, so there's no healing on Groot outside of his own activation. So let's see here. He paid. He patched up Red Skull. That's what he did. He gained all that power so that he could patch up Red Skull.
That's a smart play because Red Skull doesn't have anything to do right now, and now it makes him a less desirable target.
Yeah, I was
Good old
gonna.
Zola, dude. I mean, poor Strucker got this really sweet ability and then totally hasn't been able to do anything with it.
Yeah, the ESP leakage attack. Yeah, what a bummer. One attack when an enemy targets this character with an attack. Yeah, he even rolled extra dice on that We Are Groot attack, right? Because of unnatural mutation on the
He had to.
and he still died. Jeez. Okay, let's see what looks like we're gonna activate Cosmic Ghost Rider. He's probably looking to do that Spender into Red Skull.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I mean, at this point, you've lost priority. So now, if I'm a Guardians player, you just want to blow up the attrition as best as possible, and potentially even get the points because you can with Ghost Rider, with Cosmic Ghost Rider now actually being able to contest, you can have a good shot at shoring up that midpoint.
Yeah. When you're playing an attrition matchup against like an even number of models, you like best case scenario for you if you want to maintain priority is to take out models after they've activated. So it's like they attack you, maybe you've generated enough power from getting hit, and then you go back into that character that has activated already, and then you if you maybe you daze them because your characters are more attrition focused characters, and then you get priority the next turn, and they're injured, and maybe you can take them off the table. But as soon as you lose priority, just like Shadow saying, as soon as you lose priority, you basically go all in on that game plan and you take out as many activations as you can, so that yeah you can score higher points this round, and then maybe that puts you in a spot where any clapback that happens doesn't make them break parity on score again, and then you can I don't know keep the attrition plan going. So we have a place within two of Ghost Rider to make sure he was within probably to make sure he was within spender range of Red Skull.
Yeah.
He's gonna look. He's probably gonna generate one power off of this, off of a single attack here, which will put him in the ability, give him the ability to, no matter the cost, a spender.
Yeah, it's but who to attack? Because if you spread up your attacks and you don't actually kill, I wish they would tab.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he's attacking somebody. It looks like he's attacking Raider 6.
4, 6. Wow, he
Uh,
still gets 6 successes with Ghost Rider. That's pretty crazy.
yeah, who needs a psychosis token?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so he blocks 2 on. Let's see who's taking 4 damage.
I think has to be Red Skull he's attacking because who else is rolling 5?
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
He's using his wing in it right now. See if we can
Oh
just put him
man.
in. Put him in the. Oh my
Wow,
gosh.
7 successes on 6
Imagine,
dice.
yeah, imagine
That's
it would have been 8 if he was psychotic.
that lives that yeah would have one shot him if he was psychotic. So he's living on 1 right now. Wow, that's what a roll.
So now it's just like,
I know, right?
no matter the cost now, I just need to put 1 damage in. That's
Yeah.
a tougher decision. Although eventually this Ghost Rider all over on the wings is going to show up and do something, I guess.
Yeah, let's see. He's got 6 power. He's getting pretty close to that ability to Hell on Wheels into a spender if he needs to.
I mean, this is kind of why I like to play wide attrition teams because I like the freedom of not having priority and just being able to just murder at will.
So he is choosing. Oh, he rolls really well, and so does Bot. Is it enough? It's 1 short on the blocks. He's gonna
I
take the
mean,
1. Is he gonna
yeah.
Zola reroll? I think right.
Is
Did he
that
pay for
attack
it?
and defense? Is that attack and defense? Zola has no power.
Okay,
He's
so
patched up.
he can't do it. So he is taking the 1. Yeah, it's right. He spent all his power patching up. So it drops the hammer, and looks like Ghost Rider is picking it up.
Yeah, why not? It's
Yeah,
just 1 VP they can't get now. And I mean, eventually, next round, he'll drop it and bot will control it, but does that even matter?
yeah. I mean, I think that we're gonna see. This is just like pretty. This is gonna be challenging for Bob because we're gonna see Red Skull probably pick up that hammer and activate first on Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I have a feeling we're gonna see characters positioned for TG Lord in a way that will be able to sacrifice at least one of the attacks from that Red Skull activation, and it will allow Cosmic Ghost Rider to get a full activation. That's what I'm seeing is going to put Bot on the back foot here. He's
I
got
mean,
just Ghost Rider and Bullseye left to go, so let's see what he does. Looks like he probably passed.
yeah, I mean, we still haven't even seen like the rest of his team. Like that was just 2 activations, just completely murdering the other side. You can't, you can't be in a good spot here. Because what can you do? Like just have Bullseye throw and deal like 1 damage, like 2 damage in the course of a thing. You still have Bill who could just roll up and do something. You have Star Lord. Like
Yeah, it is pretty tricky here.
and and as bot, you don't want like with Galaxy's Greatest and this big dumb hero token, you don't even want to try and what are you gonna do? Go into Ghost Rider? You can't go into Cosmic Ghost Rider. He'll just wake up with a big dumb hero token and just murder everyone. Murder everyone.
It is a lot. It is a lot. Let's see. We got Star Lord moving. Looks like he paid all his power for a hit and run.
Yeah, that makes sense. Get back on that back point.
Let's see. He pushes through 4 successes, 5 successes. He
Eee.
one shots
Oh,
Bullseye. Oh my dear lord.
I don't feel good.
Yeah, this is man. I don't. Yeah, this is pretty rough for a bot here. He's got one shot. So that's 2 1 shots that TG Lord has been able to hit on bot's characters. 1 on Strucker, 1 on Bullseye.
I mean, at this point, you just gotta kind of laugh at this. You know, when you're in bot situation, you just kind of laugh and be like, "Well, that some days this is just what happens.
Yeah.
This is the game we're playing. I'll have 3 models days on round 2. Cool, fun interactive game for me."
See, this is why I am playing pay to flips in my list. Okay, I'm playing pay to flips specifically to discourage Ghost Rider from hitting the table when I play against him. So hopefully, I can. My strategy of winning priority is
Just win
that's
Cryo.
yeah
That was the
yeah.
old hired muscle game plan. If you just win Prio, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I wish I could like. I wish there were more secure, more extracts that were like Ghost Rider deterrents. But the one that scores the most, which is the Mutant Extremist, it puts all the tokens in the middle, and there's no escape. So
Yeah,
even the high scoring ones are just like Paranoia is a very fast scoring mission, but when you pick one up, you take damage. So there's no real good extracts to play to counter Ghost Rider right now that I'm seeing. But we have Rocket going into Ghost Rider, right? Yeah, he's shooting through the terrain here.
Yeah. I mean, I think Paranoid is
He just,
pretty
oh no, he's
pretty
going to
pretty good.
Zola. I need Zola. Oh my god.
What?
Yeah, he went into Zola and Zola took 5 damage on 1 attack. Oh
I
lord.
feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot.
On the
Wow.
bright side, Ghost Rider has a lot of power. On the negative side, it's almost impossible for Bot to even win the mid. So
Yeah, so I
even
mean, do you Spender into Ghost Rider here? Into Cosmic Ghost Rider with
I
the
don't think you give Cosmic Ghost Rider the
oh yeah,
power.
and you don't even get to roll 10 dice. You're rolling 8 dice. So, well, with a hammer you're rolling 9, but
Yeah, I mean, it's just you don't want to. You can't. That's the problem with the model. You can't attack him. Like he's sitting there in the middle of everyone. I mean, everyone's dead right now. But like everyone's gonna wake up with a bunch of power. But nobody wants to attack Cosmic Ghost Rider because
so he
he
so he
he.
is he is going into Cosmic Ghost Rider, but he's using the Spender, which will lower his power if he gets damage through. So that's why he's doing it.
Okay, I guess.
Let's
Okay.
see. I mean, if you one shot him, he has 0 power. He's starting at one power next round. So, or if you one shot him, if you do at least 3 damage to him, let's see if he rolls well. He rolls not well. He rolls mediocre.
Yeah, it's
And we've
about
got 2
average
blocks for Cosmic Ghost Rider, so only 2 damage. Oh man.
damage. Yeah,
Whoa, he's just gained the power. He's supposed to lose it. There we go. Fixed.
yeah.
Um,
Well, you're just used to, what's supposed to happen here.
yeah.
Um, yeah. I mean, you kind of hoping for something there. Didn't get it.
What do we have?
Wrong Ghost Rider, I guess.
We have a power. Okay, it was gonna do something and he didn't. I'm not sure. Okay, he's probably done his activation there. We've got Star Lord. No, we just have Bill left.
I mean, the problem with taking away Cosmic Ghost Rider's power is that if he doesn't flip up he doesn't get the Psychosis token next turn, then doesn't that mean he holds on to the hammer and now you gotta still rip off? I mean, I guess if you dealt a lot of damage and you spiked, that's what he's hoping for.
Okay,
There's,
he just whiffs. But he also forgot he had a hammer. Shadow. He didn't roll. He only rolled 6 dice into Groot here.
yeah, you should roll another
Should
die.
do we say something?
Um, no, uh, I mean,
It's
I
tricky.
would, if I was sitting there and it doesn't really break with the flow of the game, I would.
Here he's rolling it. We're good.
Okay,
You
good.
like when the players catch them. And he rolled the crit. He rolled a crit. It might actually push through damage.
Yeah,
But no,
maybe.
of course he does
No,
not.
no, it
Okay,
does not.
okay.
No, it does not.
Why even bother rolling that extra
Yeah,
die?
the only spikes here are TG Lords, and he took all the spikes. He is not sharing any spikes. He did not learn how to share in kindergarten. Uh, yeah, I mean, as an accuser, if I'm like during a cut game when there's like somebody sitting in there and you're in the room and they roll just 6 dice, then I would normally unmute and say, "You roll 1 extra dice" if I caught it.
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't mess with the flow, it doesn't mess with anything. Um, there's no wrong answer. Even though we're accusers, we're not accusing necessarily. So it's a tough call to make, and you just don't want to mess with their flow. But they caught it, which is good. There was no harm in also just speaking up and saying, "Hey, there's 1 extra die."
Yeah.
Poor guy who is over half his team dead. Oh no!
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's see. We got Beta Ray Bill looking to. He's looking at us. Let's see. Range. What's his summon the storm? Range 4.
Range 4,
Yeah. So let's see what he's
but
measuring. So
nobody.
there's the sacrifice. This is what we're seeing. We're seeing a
Yeah,
move to get in sacrifice range. Um, and then we're seeing, and then he'll probably just. He's not in range, so he's gonna
He's
definitely
got a double move.
reposition.
I don't even think he would have summoned the storm. Like the summon the storm doesn't. I mean, it's a good attack. It's 6 dice, but there's no rerolls. Nobody's flying.
Yeah, I think that you definitely save your power this turn because then you got a throw online, and his brace is already gone. And I think that's from I'm looking at Bot's characters. I don't think any of them have a terrain throw, so all this terrain will be able to be thrown by Bill, and I think that's why you would save your power here.
Yeah, I wonder why he is being so finicky with the positioning at this moment. You know, if he's double moving, maybe he hasn't decided if he's going to do another
I
move.
think it's because he's just outside of 2, and that's why he's like,
Yeah, so if he's just outside of 2 and he wants to set up this sacrifice, I mean, although does he want to sacrifice on the other character who's holding an extract? But if he wants to make it so someone else can be sacrificed onto, then maybe that he's fine with it because Groot could take it for him. Oh, he's attacking somebody. Spent 2 power.
oh,
I think.
oh, you know what? So I think what we missed
Oh,
something, and
that's right.
that's that bot TG Lord let bot roll an extra die for the first original attack into Cosmic Ghost Rider, and that's why we're seeing a third damage on Cosmic Ghost Rider and 0 power. So they kind of rolled
Nice.
back a step for that hammer and said, "Oh, can I roll one dot?" So anyway,
That's
we
nice.
we have an attack into Zola and Summon the
He's
Storm,
gone. He's
and he's
gone.
dead. Yeah, he had
He's
one
dead.
health left, and there we go.
Yeah, yeah. I realized he doesn't want to necessarily sacrifice for Cosmic Ghost Rider. He wants to be sacrificed. He might want to sacrifice on himself so he can get an aggressive, but also he's an extract carrier. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather Groot go down than Bill, because Bot is due for a spike at some point.
Yeah. Hopefully
We
he gets
can't all
hopefully
get
he gets one. All right. Let's hope he gets one.
just
Um
for his soul.
yeah, I think the answer here, I think you have to go with Red Skull. He's going to roll for psychosis. He gets 1, so he
One.
does
All
not have
right.
psychosis.
Holds on to the hammer.
Man, I think you go with Red Skull into Cosmic Ghost Rider just to not deal with
Yes.
them, pick up the hammer.
Yes, I agree. You gotta. This is your opportunity. If you're gonna do anything, you need to be able to. Although, again, I mean, if you take somebody out, priority goes back up, and Cosmic Ghost Rider is gonna wake up with a big dumb hero token, and he's gonna be full of power.
Yeah,
Uh,
the bot doesn't have enough defensive tech here. So one thing that is going to be a factor now is that Ghost Rider, um, he will be able to Wicked's Judgment. So if we see any spikes on TG Lord's side, Ghost Rider can punish that team if they don't go into him first. And now if they go into Ghost Rider first, which is totally viable, it's probably a pretty good idea generally. Um, if you KO him, he can play Deal with the Devil and sacrifice Bullseye potentially. But let's see what Bot does for his opening activation here.
yeah, I mean, I feel like you don't even go after Ghost Rider at this point if you're TG Lord. Like you have 4 models that at any point could just drop off the face of the earth.
Yeah,
So, and then what's Ghost Rider gonna do?
he's gonna hit,
You know,
he's gonna throw 2 attacks.
he's gonna throw 2 attacks exactly, and maybe they'll do damage. That's always been the problem with Ghost Rider, is that he just doesn't have a lot of, uh, you know, he doesn't have any dice fixing, so he's just a dice bot.
Yeah, it looks like Broccoli
Red
Violet is
Skull.
saying that we do have a sac. He is in sacrifice range. That's what one of the comments are saying. So
Okay.
it's interesting. Let's see what we do. What Red Skull does here.
Well, first the grunts are gonna shoot somebody. Guessing it's gonna be Groot because it's an energy attack.
I don't know if is he in range. I didn't see. It looked like he was out of range. So it might be going in a rocket. Oh,
Uh,
which would then redirect to
which is then
Groot.
go to
Yeah, yeah,
Groot. Yeah,
yeah,
like nobody's letting that happen.
yeah. Fair.
Although maybe
Ooh,
4 dice into with shoot with cover is pretty good.
let's see what he
Uh,
gets. Let's see who takes it.
3. What is that? 3 going
Oh,
through?
there it is. He gets
Yep,
Groot.
there it
All
is.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
And there's Bot1 spike for the night. All
there you
right.
go. You gotta feel nice now, right? Right? Everything's fine now. The world is set at ease.
Yeah. Total parody on dice at this point.
All right, Hydra Master spent 2 to empower gauntlets.
Yeah, we had no. Yeah, it's going into Cosmic Ghost Rider. He's the only one in
Yeah.
range,
Yep.
and he
That,
blocks nothing. So we've
yep.
got
5.
5. Oh man, that's almost enough. He puts him at 1 health remaining.
Yeah, 5 with the 5 with the
Zola
push,
reroll, right? We're gonna see a Zola
and
reroll for sure, or a
I
Strucker
mean,
reroll. Oh no, you can't because he's already maxed out his 5, and you can't reroll skulls. So there's no reroll here. Um,
true.
okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's he's just going to get he got the hit wild, so he's gonna get an advanced trigger. Looks like he's
Advanced
gonna
trigger,
try.
and he has a push trigger too. Although I guess he's backstopped, so there's nowhere he can really go.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it doesn't really matter if you push Cosmic Ghost Rider. He'll find a way to get wherever he wants.
Now he wants to move out of range, but he wants to be close enough to pick up that hammer
Yeah, I think
whenever.
that's what he. That's a good point. Which he is. I think he's accomplished
Yeah,
that.
he's well within range. Yeah, spend 2 power, kill the rider.
I think. Let's see. I want to see that range 2 tool come out again. And is it in range? We're paying. Yep, we're paying for a sacrifice.
Yeah,
They didn't do. He didn't do the hammer attacks on either of them. So hopefully they fix that real quick.
yeah. They can still pay for it, so it doesn't
Yeah.
change what's happening right now.
Yep.
It's a good attack. It's a pretty good attack. Didn't need to empower his gauntlets for that.
Right. So he gets Bill though. So that's interesting.
Yep, there's
Seven
the spike.
successes on 6 dice. Yeah, man. Every time I played Red Skull, you don't get you don't get add crits on defense. So that's probably what TGLord is reading right now. He rolled a crit, but he can't actually explode it because sacrifice prevents the extra dice from being rolled. Or
Correct.
the player who is defending the roll cannot, like the character defending the roll cannot add dice, and that's why
Correct.
Cable's power still works because it's not the character defending; it is a different character adding the dice.
And he should be and Bill should be at 0 power, I believe. Right?
Um, Bill,
Because
he
he's
should have
from
went.
2.
Let's see here. Yeah, so he should be at 1 less.
Yeah, both of them should be at 1 less. Oop, I wrote something by accident.
That's okay. All right. And Cosmic Ghost Rider should have paid.
Yeah.
Did we get it? We got Bill.
He might think
There
that
we go. We got it.
there it
We got
is,
it.
there it is. Because sometimes you might think, oh, well, they both paying, but maybe it's just Bill who's playing the card or something, but that's not how it works. There are
Okay.
situations where that does work that way, like Helios Laser Bombardment as an example, but not in this case because they're both playing the card.
Yeah. Wait, so hold on. So for Helios, who pays the hammer tax? Everyone who has to pay any power pays hammer tax?
So let me pull up the wording on it just to make sure I'm not lying. But I know, for example, Helios. So that one says, during any number of allied characters may spend power to play this card. So like Tony Stark can, for example, use the card, the attack, but if he doesn't, even if he has a hammer, but if he doesn't spend any power, as an example,
Right.
he still gets the benefit of having that hammer in the attack, but he doesn't no one pays the tax unless
Right.
they also are holding those hammers.
Right. That makes sense.
So it's like a funky little interaction there with the hammers.
Okay, so we have TGLord has lost Groot and Beta Ray Bill this round. Let's see who he activates first. I can't imagine it's going to be anyone other than Cosmic Ghost Rider, because if he doesn't, you could see him. Bullseye will just take him out, right? So
Yeah, you have to. He has to do something. He has to take out Bullseye, if anything, because literally, I don't. Unless it just goes. There's nowhere that I don't think there's anywhere that Cosmic Ghost Rider can go on this board that Bullseye can't reach.
oh
Either
yeah,
for
there's a good
base.
comment here by Sofalo. He could have played Got Your Back. He missed a Got Your Back. But yeah, the
Yeah.
Wicked's Judgment crits could have killed him. So that's interesting. Yeah, very good points there for from Soflo in the chat.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. As someone who's played a lot of Shield, it's one of those things where commentators. Now there are definitely times you forget the got your backs. I do it all the time. But there's also times where I'll like listen to people talk about my games and they'll be like, they forgot to cut your back, and I'm like, no, I didn't forget it. It's just this is not where you got your back. You don't always do it whenever it happens. Um,
Yeah,
I don't think it was valuable for him to get your back into the grunts, and I don't think because that doesn't really provide any value and doesn't really get you any value to got your back into skull because you could spike and you could kill him, but unlikely, and then you could end up dead yourself.
yeah, totally makes sense.
So we should just assume that TG Lord knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing really well so far. I think I have a couple other of his games on my channel. So and he's won I think both of those. Or either way, he's 4-1 now. So yeah, he's
Yeah,
I'm sure a
yeah.
lot of things he's doing are intentional, of course.
People forget things, but I like to always give benefit of the doubt of the player that they know what they're doing, and I don't
Yeah.
think him forgetting those things, if he did, was the wrong decision anyway. So
Okay, so we're seeing he's
uh,
measuring for a spender into regular
yeah,
Ghost Rider here.
so he can just do one attack and then do a spend, or he hasn't. He hasn't even no matter the cost yet. Did he?
No,
No matter the
no, he
cost.
hasn't, but he can't because he'll die. So it's off the table.
True,
He's looking like
true.
he's probably could just do one attack into Ghost Rider and then a spender. But also, yeah, Vodka Blitz pointing out that he has a hammer, so he'll have to pay one to play no matter the cost anyway. It's
Right.
just pretty funny. But he's moving, picking up a hammer. Uh,
Well,
oh, Pro tip for anyone who is playing this game on TTS: if you pick up a thing you don't mean to pick up, you can press the escape button. It'll snap that piece back to where it was when you picked it up. So
good tip.
you don't run into situations where you have to place them down where you think they were. They snap right back to where they were. But anyway, we've got Cosmic Ghost Rider. He's either contesting or holding three objectives in this match. This is the most I've ever seen him play the scenario game. Let's see if this strategy. It's what is that? What's that? Dodgeball
Let's see
reference?
this bold strategy, Cotton. Let's
Yeah.
see if it works out for him.
Yeah, yeah. So he's moving. He's taking a move action here, getting outside of. Oh, and then he's gonna plink Ghost Rider. That's what he's measuring. A range 4
Yeah.
measurement off of Ghost Rider to plink him. Um, yeah. Let's see. Let's see what he does here. Okay, we've got a 9 dicer. Sorry, 8 dicer, no skulls. He has a wing in it, and he just rolls 7 successes.
Yeah,
Oh my!
we just don't roll any skulls. That's what you do, right? Just
Oh
don't
my
roll any.
god! He converts the crit, so he rolls. He successfully rolls 9
Yep. Yep.
9 into
That's
one
nice.
block. It's a one shot. Is that a one shot on Cosmic? Oh, it's yeah.
That's a one shot.
It is a one shot.
But
Even if he didn't take that one damage, it's still a one shot.
he
Eight damage through. Oh my
he
god.
but he gains a power. Just the balance is also Cosmic Ghost Strider only gains one power for all of that.
Yeah.
Uh I do think there's an interesting decision point to be made here. There's only one damage to be done on Cosmic Ghost Rider, which Bozai could do at any moment. But also, there's a rocket sitting right in the middle of the board, and Bullseye ignores cover.
Yeah.
And, you just need to get 3 damage through on him.
Yeah, that
He's
makes
playing
sense. We could
closer.
see something like a hit and run, a spender with bullseye hit and run into Cosmic Ghost Rider dazing both of them is like something that we could very likely see. But it looks like we're doing rerolls with our Azola to try to survive the hit. I mean, that it makes sense. If you survive this, you get an activation with Ghost Rider, and if you don't, but he doesn't. He doesn't. So that's
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you got to try to go for what you can, and he's got the power. Um,
wow. That was pretty crazy. Holy
I mean, there's,
moly!
there's still stuff here because if he can remove Rocket's activation here, even if Starlord runs over, picks up the hammer, does a hit and run, and runs back, and hopefully doesn't, spike into 10 successes or whatever, he could be in a scenario where he picks up the hammers from Ghost Rider, kills Ghost Rider, picks up those hammers, gets Rocket Hammer, all that jazz.
We're seeing Eyes
Um,
on the Prize play opening by Strucker here. The card coming in use, being able to pick up that hammer and not have to like
it's just
fight his
too
way
creative.
through.
We're not allowed to have that much creativity.
We do have so sacrifice is gone, so he's just going to. Looks like he's going to spender. Can he hit that? It looks like he is.
I don't know. Do you do that, or do you go into Rocket? Right? Do you not just go into Rocket right now and try to remove him? Especially,
I mean,
I mean,
he's out. He is out. That's a bummer. But yeah, I think that the play might have been. Um, the
if
other
there's
option is
no,
that Star Lord could pick up a bunch of hammers, right? If Bullseye shot Rocket and then shot at Ghost Rider and got them both out because he had the power to do all that, he would Star Lord would just pick up a bunch of hammers and then you'd still have a similar problem. Whereas now, I don't know. Maybe you
I
go
mean,
into
it's a cute play to do the eyes and the prize right there, but it's kind of six of one, half a dozen the other if you are able to take the hammer from Rocket and remove his activation, and Star Lord getting the hammer that is already on the ground. Like it's six of one, and now it's more of a situation where, I mean, I don't know exactly if he's like really trying to get, he's really, really, really trying to get
I
that
th-
Ghost Rider right now when there's a Rocket right next to him with a hammer who could do some serious damage, and he holding a VP.
right. I think so. We see one powerful Strucker. I think we're gonna see scientific method. That's or it's either that or arrogance. So let's see if he spends um more power. So he spent 2 power. So he's doing an arrogance attack, which counts skulls for both players, but it's a ESP leakage. So it's 6 dice Mystic into 3 dice for Rocket. Rocket does have cover, so really Bot is looking for skulls in Rocket's roll.
Double skull from Rocket. Let's go. Counts as blocks, but it also counts as 2 damage.
yeah.
Well, that's
Oh
pretty good.
wow.
That's a very
Okay.
arrogant
Well,
attack.
either way, he looks like he's gonna get Rocket here with a 1 shot because that was a very great. That was a very good roll for Bot. ESP
Yep.
leakage, does that happen before damage? Let's see how this works. Before damage, you suffer 1 for each thing. So,
He didn't roll any
oh
skulls
yeah,
from
right. It
Rocket.
has to be defensive. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
So we're seeing
three
6
block.
into 3. Takes 3 exactly. He's going to pick up that hammer. And that's a decent turn for Strucker. Let's see what
That's a very good.
Star-Lord does.
Now you kind of wish he had a exceptional healing or something.
Yeah.
But that's what I think. I mean, this was the greedy play, trying to get both, and I don't think that was necessarily his play going into it. And it's working out as long as Star Lord doesn't spike into Strucker. But even still, even if Star Lord strikes the Strucker, it's kind of like a situation where he was Star Lord going to put himself in the middle of the fight. Like he's not to pick up those hammers.
Oh,
I
so look
think
at that.
that.
TGLord has passed the activation back to Bot1 here.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I think Starlord would have like just scrambled to pick up a bunch of hammers or a couple of hammers if he could, and then I don't. It's hard to say, but with so many hammers on the ground, it would just be like it'd be hard not to try to go for a couple of them.
I mean, I think of the value here is like you already lost priority. You need to make sure they just don't get any activations because clearly every time TG Lord rolls dice, it's insanity ensues. So get rid of Rocket, take his VP. At this point, there's no reason that he doesn't uh win the midpoint and have most of the hammers.
Yeah, so let's see if he's paying for hit and run. Looks like he is. There's 2 power paid on Bullseye.
Yeah,
This is going to put him in a position to be able to pick up the hammers once he does the attack into Ghost Rider.
correct, correct.
Oh, he rolls nothing. Well,
No, he's bullseye. It doesn't matter.
yeah, there
He
it
never
is.
misses.
Yeah, there we go. Thank God he's got that ability because that would have been a pretty sad Bullseye. All right, so let's see. Yeah. Very tricky. You don't want to. I don't think you want to put him near the building because Bullseye. Oh, hold on. It's a move action, so he could climb the
Yeah,
building.
he could
Actually,
climb
yeah,
up the
yeah,
building, yeah, and get the cover from Star-Lord's inevitable attack.
yeah. I mean, I think that would have been better. I think because then he could have
Yeah,
maybe parting shot it. He could have controlled how much damage he took. A little bit better. I mean, I guess he
he
already has enough power for a parting shot anyway.
maybe he was worried about the fact that he might take just enough damage to daze in the power phase. I mean, not in the power phase, in the cleanup phase, and then drop those hammers.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, of course. The other half of the mission.
Yeah, he doesn't want to end up being in a like. I mean, right now it's kind of a bad scenario because Star Lord is gonna try and
Spender. He's
murder.
he's doing the spender. Yeah. And he paid for it hit and run too, so Bullseye can't really escape a second shot. Yep. So let's see here. We've got TGLord rolling the blue tray or the purple tray is really is the is quite the
I'm
thing.
gonna. I'm blaming Carl. It must be Carl. If you're out there, Carl, and look, you need to check the code on this on this dice tray.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. There was I think Schmid made a comment a little I don't know a couple weeks back where he's like they're sharing results on dice on the TTS server, and he said something like, "Show the different trays, you cowards." So it would be interesting to see what the trays said, but of course, I think that would just open up a can of worms that nobody really uh, should open. Because any
so
difference in numbers would of course make people unhappy, even if they were like statistically probable.
so this is perfect because he paid for the hit and run into the full auto. Although he doesn't have any power, so he can't pick up the hammers.
He's probably looking to get that second attack into Strucker just to fuel the power to pick it up. And this is
Yeah,
this is why
he, won't-
I
but
liked
he
Zola
can't
going.
he won't have the power to pick it up because he can't get close enough
Yeah. I
because
think
he's
Bot
shielded.
should have activated Zola here. It looks like he still hasn't activated, and
Oh,
and
this is good. This is good.
that would have let Bullseye do the thing he did like last instead of having to do it now and getting clapped back.
You think he's got one more spike in him?
Who's TG Lord probably has like 4. Let's see what happens here. He's doesn't have a wing in it. He has got
Oh,
plucky. Let's see if he needs it. That's a good roll. Oh, but that's a
but it's a
good
good block.
block.
That's a very good block. So he's got 4. He's not taking him out. He's got 4 here. He can reroll 1
Yeah.
at least. I don't know if there he gets it with the
Wow. So no. So Starlord cannot pick those up.
yeah.
Uh,
But at the same time, he might have hedged it a little bit because neither can bot, so therefore he can pick him up with whoever he starts with priority with.
yeah. We have 3 power on Zola, so he can do his box blast. Is that what it's called? ESB box blast to advance a character if you do damage. Um, or he's looking to double. Oh, he is double moving, grabbing 2 hammers. So Bot is going to be scoring 4. Well, hold on. He's going to be scoring
4.
6 points to 1 point for TG Lord. I think that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean at this point I think the game plan is essentially tabling is significantly on the table
Yeah,
at
yeah.
this point. That he's got all those characters there. I mean, the nice thing about Sola being next to Strucker is that he also gets benefit of the rerolls from Strategic Genius.
Yeah.
So that is helpful.
Okay, so I'm here. We're gonna see Big Dumb Hero come out. I'm sure he's eyeing. It looks like he's eyeing it up, but this is the
I mean,
perfect
this
time to
is this
play it.
is this is what you do when everybody's injured.
Yeah, you've got 4 Guardians that have high power and are injured. There's like no way you don't do the play this card. This card is just insane. You play it on your turn. You have priority, so once he begins his turn, I'm sure we'll see the card.
Yeah,
Every character gets extra attack dice and
yeah, one
defense dice.
extra
Like, what a card. Oh my god. I should play Guardians. Like, this
forever,
is insane. Yeah, I
forever.
know. It doesn't go away. Like, the card is so amazing.
Three
Um,
power
Here we go.
on Ghost Rider. He's psychotic. He's ready to rumble. He doesn't have a beam, does he?
Nah, no. They probably had it in like
There's
testing or something, and that's how they fine tuned him. They took off his beam, his 7 dice
yeah.
beam or something.
Now he's fair.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Oh
the big
wow,
dumb
all
hero
4 of
token.
them got it. Yep.
Yeah, why not? Like now you're shooting at Rocket. I mean,
Rockets.
everybody's just like insane now.
I know. Yeah, basically they all just went up a threat, like in terms of like how strong they are. But maybe like in some cases maybe more. But like yeah,
How does this card exist? I mean,
it's insane.
I guess it's awkward if exact scenario doesn't happen and there's only like, one or two people who are eligible, but it
Yeah,
just
the card
it
is
just
insane.
it lasts forever. It just forever. It
Yeah,
would make it would be cool if it lasted for a round. That I think it would be cool. Like this is the round where they dig in their heels and they get tough and they're like, "Rah!" But it just lasts like their rage lasts for the rest of the game. So
right.
that's fine.
Yeah, no, it is a lot. Another thing that I just noticed is that I believe that Strucker hasn't used his leadership 1 time this game.
No, and it's very difficult to even get that scenario with Crew the Milano on the board.
Yeah, but the fact that it hasn't even happened once is like it's a lot. Is just a
All right,
lot.
Bill activated through the Daily Bugle into Zola.
All right. So yeah, Zola is taken 3. It looks like blocked
Yep.
1, or no, sorry, he's already taken 3 from what? From an
from the
attack.
uh from the throw, from
Oh
throwing
wow.
the
Okay.
the building into
Now we
him.
have an attack into him with probably Bill, right? 4 successes into 1, so he's dead right now before rerolls. Yeah, that's he's rolling 6. Did
Yeah,
he roll 6 dice?
uh
I don't think so.
he,
I think he rolled.
he
He forgot to do his extra dice. Either way, it didn't matter.
yeah, the character's dead.
He look at his successes. He rolled. He spiked again, rolling 6 for 6, or whatever it was. Maybe it was 5, and then he. Either way, he gets a perfect roll, or what I
If
call a
you
perfect roll. He spent the winging it though. Yeah,
Yeah, because you got to spend it because there's gonna be rerolls on it on defense. So he wanted to make sure
yeah,
to get it.
fair.
Yeah.
And now he can just maybe he can run away. Maybe let's see what he's got. 3 power, 2 hammers. You just throw dice into your opponent. Uh,
I mean, they're all gonna fall over. This is a tabling that's ready to
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
He's gonna kill everybody
It's,
before Ghost Rider can even make a deal with the devil.
wait, hold on. Um,
What?
the other 2 hammers. The other 2 hammers are on Strucker. Right. Okay. Yeah. I lost track of the other 2 hammers. Okay. So, um, dude, Bill's tanky. You just throw another massive attack.
It looks like he's trying to run away with Bill.
Yeah.
Run away with the VPs.
Interesting. Um, okay. Let's see if Bot can punish this at all.
I mean, can he? What can he do?
Yeah. I don't know. He
I
can
mean, the Ghost
one
Rider is the only one who
one
could
shots.
threaten the.
He's got a one shots.
And
Sacrifice is
this is
gone.
But like you also don't want to take the hammers off of him right this second because Cosmic Ghost Rider hasn't activated. So whoever goes after Bill is just immediately in like spender death range.
Yeah, well, I think that because you have the lead with Bot1, you can let Bill be this round. if you're able to get like, I mean, your Vodka Blitz says he likes the KG play. Of course he does. Vodka Blitz. Vodka Blitz,
I,
run away, Vodka Blitz.
well,
I'm
it's not
just
even a
kidding.
runaway. It's a perfect thing because anyone who goes after Bill is immediately now, in spender range of Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
So anyone who tries to go after those hammers is gonna immediately die.
So we have a Hell on Wheels, and looks like how much power does he has? 7 power left. I mean, he's gonna spend her into Cosmic Ghost Rider. I mean, I don't see why that's. You have to just throw Hail Marys downfield and see what happens. Um,
He
so
spent some amount of power. I don't
10
really.
power. So he spent a total of 8 power, right? 3 for Hell on Wheels, 5 for the spender. So let's see if he can roll. He's going to roll 10 dice into a CGR and see if he can take him out. 7 health. He's got 5 dice counting skulls. That's a lot.
Well, he does have another attack too. Don't forget. Like it's not
Yeah,
just this
yes,
one.
yeah, yeah. But I'm like, I think you might need to I think you did double, like you need to one shot 2 characters here maybe. All right, let's see
Well,
what
if
we
you
got.
take
Oh, okay. 5 into 2 blocks. So we could see
so
some
far,
Zola oh, Zola's gone. All right, so never mind. What are we seeing? Winging it.
yeah, converted
Yeah,
one of them.
one of them. All right, so oh man, those you really need those what are they called? The spenders, the penance stairs to do better than
I mean,
that.
this is essentially the problem with OG Ghost Rider is he's just a dice bot, right? Like he doesn't have if he doesn't have the ability to um if he doesn't have the ability to modify his dice in some fashion, then he's just rolling naked dice. Like this is an amazing roll if he was Cosmic Ghost Rider and he's counting the skulls. Like he doesn't have anything else, and he doesn't have any control, and that's essentially why you only see Ghost Rider in like these niche spots where he has a nice roll, but that's it because what else is he doing aside from double attacking? But if those double attacks, that's what it is.
He's doing the beam into Rocket and Groot here. Let's see who he gets 3 TGLord spikes defense. He's doing like this is. Oh, look at that! That's a
He
phenomenal
spikes
defense roll.
everything.
TGLord's man, who like what did he sacrifice? His dice are phenomenal today. We gotta incinerate into Groot. He must have done 1 damage. Incinerate's only on damage, so
Did he do any damage?
I don't think he did any
Why
damage.
did
So
why
so
did the incinerate happen?
uh
The Groot didn't take any damage. It's not like an auto thing. That would be nice.
oh man. All right, and still no damage. Yeah. So
Oh,
there's the damage. So there's the
right. So
incinerate.
it worked out in the end.
Yeah, it's fine. Groot he does the beam, so 2 attacks in a Groot does 1 damage. That's yeah, that was a rough Ghost Rider activation. That is true. Now we're about to see an amazing Ghost Rider activation. In a maybe now or very soon.
I mean, he doesn't have to rush.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, there's two more characters left on Bot's side. I'm sorry to say, but he might have a 2 point lead in the VPs, but I don't think he's doing much anywhere. It was just too much too early, and the tide never lit up.
Yeah, the oh man, it's crazy. Yeah, Vodka Blitz, I know. The rocket spenders gets extra dice on the spender here. You just go crazy with Rocket right now. Let's see what he does.
It looks like he's spendering into Zola.
Paying 5 power. I'm not sure why we're seeing 5 power be paid. Oh, he's rolling to. He's lowering the defenses of Strucker,
Got it.
and he rolls 4, a 5. It's blocks 1 on bot so far. He's got a reroll,
So he had to
but
spend 6 to do that, right?
he was at 8 or not. Hold on, he had to spend 2 plus 4, right? So it'd be 6,
Yeah.
and he was
Yes.
at. I think he was at 8, but
Okay.
Yeah, he was because he could have double spendered.
Yeah, I'm looking at the log now. It's good.
Okay, so we're doing a builder into Strucker. He paid the 2 power again to put him at 0. So Strucker's rolling 3 energy defense, and
Well
he's got
done.
2 health left.
That's a pretty good defensive block.
Yeah, but that's
Not with those skulls preventing his rerolls though. So
yeah.
that's gonna do it for Strucker.
Ooh, ouch. Perfect shot there, I think, right? With 4 into 2. Yeah.
402, yeah. Perfect.
Double, and also he gets two hammers, right? 2 power. The math worked out really well for Rocket there. He got both hammers.
Yep. So now he has all the extracts. He had control over all of the secures.
Yeah, I mean, it's over, but let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
it's a yeah. Let's see what other dice faces show up.
Yeah, TG Lord is rolling really well. But I mean, obviously he's playing his team well too. But yeah,
He's taking advantage of the fact that he's rolling over
yes,
bot
yes,
one. But yeah, I mean, also, I don't know, it's tough to go into a Guardians team, with Cosmic Ghost Rider on Gamma, and just to have essentially no defensive tech. Like he has patch up.
yeah,
That's his defensive tech. Like not having defensive tech, you're just not gonna win that matchup more times than not.
yep,
Like when I played the game that you streamed before, Cosmic Ghost Rider didn't end up seeing the table, but I planned assuming that Cosmic Ghost Rider was going to see the table, and I was just loaded up with as much defensive tech as I could possibly muster to go into the match because that's what you're facing. You're facing people who their game plan is to roll better dice than you on attack.
Okay, so it looks like the Hydra Troopers did their first attack. We're going probably with another attack, and TG Lore is probably. It looks like he's probably considering who takes the hit here. I mean, Groot. I mean, you probably just take the hit on Rocket since he's already activated, and Groot hasn't.
Yeah, and then Groot could just pick it up
Yeah, but
if
let's see.
necessary. And also, it's not likely that four
Oh,
dice.
game's
Okay,
over.
are
All right, let's jump into their chat.
okay.
Your defense dice was not good. So
Nah,
this was it.
it's
The,
whatever.
the the mix of both was just crazy.
Nah, it is what it is. I'm sure there's something I could have done there to play it out better. I could
Hey
have won
guys.
priority.
Hey, Lucas.
Yeah, yeah. I was actually saying that on stream is that like my strategy into Cosmic Ghost Rider is to win priority, and so unfortunately, Bot, you didn't do that.
Yeah, so I deserve to lose.
uh, um. All right, TG Lord, you
Uh,
rolled really well.
yeah.
So I would like to see your next game.
This will probably not be like this. Oh my god! Like
The dice
not only
balance.
CGR was good, the whole team rolled like crazy. Like they were all psychosis.
Yeah, I think you had like maybe 4 1 shots or something like that. It was really you had some really great successes there.
Yeah.
Um,
I can.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. It was just insane.
But what was your thinking going into the list and like building your squad before the match?
Well, so I do regret making one decision, which was I was arguing between Ghost Rider and Bullseye, and instead I was thinking doing Luke Cage and Spider Woman. I kind of wish I would have done that.
I can see
Uh,
that.
just
Yeah.
because I love Luke with Hydra. He helps everyone kind of stay alive and eat stuff for him, and that one little heal from Strucker leadership always kind of comes in clutch for me. But I was like, okay, but it's still Guardians. I'll get Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider got where I wanted him, right? Like he was where I wanted him,
Yep.
and we dummied him turn 3 or whatever it was, but I didn't expect all my guys to just take a nap so fast, but it is what it is. And I'm sure I could have done something differently and positioned better And one of the changes I wish I would have made to my patch up doesn't really do anything for me. I need to start running sacrifice.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good patch up. It was a good patch up when
It
you
was a
did it.
great patch up.
Mhm.
Red Skull stayed alive an extra turn, and yeah, his dice were hot, but for example, Ghost Rider kept getting not psychosis, so that was helping me out. But it didn't matter. The rest of the team were just rolling casual 6 and 7 to 6. So it is what it is.
Even when he was not psychosis, he rolled like he was. Like I think
Yeah,
I rolled like 5 6 out of
Yeah,
6.
there were very few skulls in your non-psychosis rolls.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, it's MCP. Dice happen. It is what it
Do you,
is.
do you need a hug? Do I need to drive over there and give you a hug? I don't know where you live, but we can meet somewhere and I'll give you a hug.
Like I said, I'm not like I don't view that as a bad thing. It is what it is sometimes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wish my dice were a little warmer. You know, one of the key mythos of my list is a lot of rerolls. Zola in the back, kind of like my Shuri. Strucker's usually a lot tankier than that. He tends to survive a lot longer. He doesn't get dummied in one hit by Groot
mhm,
with 6 defense dice usually.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped running exceptional healing because I'm like, he never really gets dummied like that. And then I'm like, okay, this is the game. That's what I get.
yeah.
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 Shadow, do you have any other questions for the players?
No. Congratulations to you, TG Lord.
Thanks.
See you in the cut.
Yeah,
Condolences to all of your characters, Bot1.
Nah, they're fine. They
It
love it.
was, it was still fun to see the decisions you make, and you know, I think that even though you got rolled over, I think you made some really good decisions to do what you could with what you had.
Yeah.
yeah,
If I could go back and undo anything, this one move I made with Ghost Rider where I put him over here right at the end, I'm like, that was kind of a desperation move. I don't know if it was a wrong or right call, but it was desperation for sure. And
yeah.
Well,
But
yeah.
you needed soming, so yeah, you
Yeah,
were
you had to
in
throw some
desperate.
Hail Marys out there at some
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
exactly.
I guess, but it felt a little too thirsty. I
Well,
Yeah.
survived.
well, thanks guys for letting us stream and commentate over the game. TG Lord, congrats for making cuts. You played the game really well. I mean, you had the great dice to go with it too, so
Yeah,
that was great.
that
And but
helps.
yeah, like Shadow said, I think you made a lot of good decisions. It's just that sometimes you're expecting like average dice at least, and I mean just
Yeah,
they come
they were
they
all popping.
so thanks guys. I'm gonna head out and I'll catch you in the future.
Cool
Thank
beans,
you
man.
guys.
Y'all have a
Thank you
good
guys.
one.